What can I say? This movie is going to make a crap ton of money, and it's all thanks to the theater kids who got exactly what they wanted in Wicked. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and always keeping it real with my opinion. Now, I went to go see the Wicked movie on a fan preview night, which is a Wednesday night, not necessarily because I wanted to, but because Camera Girl, who is a theater kid and has been as such since she was 8 years old and saw Wicked on Broadway, basically said, yeah, we need to see this movie. So that's why we went, and it was packed, full of theater kids, dressed in pink and green. So the intended audience, needless to say. So in this review, I'm going to give you my overall opinions of the film, going to let you know what I liked, what I didn't like, if I think that you should spend your money on seeing this movie or skip it. And gonna go over one or two things that have come out controversy-wise before this film appeared in theaters, and I'm gonna kind of touch on that. So before we get rocking and rolling, please do your girl a favor. Please do hit that subscribe button, and when you do, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when your girl has hot, fresh content for you to enjoy. So with that said, let's get on with the review. So let me first set this up audience-wise. Full disclosure about myself. I do not like musicals. I'm not a fan of musicals unless somebody dies, which is why I like Phantom of the Opera. I like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I really love the musical Chicago. So yeah, somebody died in Wicked, but I mean, come on. We already knew that was going to happen. So I wasn't exactly eagerly anticipating this film, but like I said, Camera Girl wanted to go, and she was so excited and even got dressed up in pink and green to go. So we went to go see it. Overall, the film is stunning, okay? Visually stunning. Musical numbers are on point, and the musical numbers do what they're supposed to do in a musical, which is give you insight into the characters, the mood, and advance the plot, which is something the Little Mermaid didn't do. But anyway, I digress. As I said, cinematography, the makeup is on point. I mean, gorgeous costuming, gorgeous. So it has that big, exuberant budget musical quality that you would expect. So firing on all thrusters, special effects, definitely amazing, especially when it comes to steampunk characteristics. I'm telling you, the trained Oz, absolutely freaking beautiful. Beautiful. The plot of Wicked. Okay, so for some folks who do not know, the whole plot of Wicked is basically to find out what made the Wicked Witch of the West the Wicked Witch of the West. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I did not read the book. As I said, I took Camera Girl to go see it on Broadway when she was 8. I only saw the beginning scene and fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was hearing Defying Gravity, and it was time for intermission. So that's as much as I remember, which now thinking about it, is actually good because this movie is part one. So if you're wondering why it's a part one when the musical was like 2 hours and something, well, that's because they have expounded on what is in the musical in part one of the musical. So, of course, you're going to be seeing extra dialogue. You're going to be seeing, more B roll. You're going to be seeing the filler behind the scenes. They're kind of packing in that stuff that theater kids want to see. They want to see what was behind, or we'll say, what they didn't see in the live performance that they would want to find out about the characters and how they interact and how they got to shit. That sort of thing. I talked about the performances. Cynthia Erivo, I think that's how I'm saying her name, cast as Elphaba. Bravo. Girlfriend can act, girlfriend can sing. I would not be surprised if she gets an Oscar nod for this. I'm so not kidding. Ariana Grande, I love her. She's a theater kid anyway, so her acting in this, of course, theater acting, I had no problem with her. As a matter of fact, I really didn't have an issue with any of the acting, the quality of acting in this film at all. So now let's get to what I did not like, and a portion of what I did not like has to do with myself being a fan of the original Wizard of Oz book by Frank L. Baum. Yes, I read that book numerous times as a kid. So I really don't like the idea of this trying to understand villains. I don't want to understand the Wicked Witch of the West. I wanted her dead. Okay, that's all I wanted. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about her motivation. Her motivation was to kill Dorothy, so all Dorothy did was just show up and accidentally help drop a house on her sister. True. Okay. So that's what I well, it was two things that I didn't like. But with respect to the film, there were a couple parts which I felt were really drawn out. Now, granted, again, I am not the primary audience for this film. Some parts of the film, it seemed like it was too much like dead space. There was the scene in the Oz Dust uh, Club, just a lot of parts where there wasn't a lot of talking and a lot of looking. And after a while, it was kind of like, can we get to the point? Now, I do understand that director John M. Chu, who did a killer job. His directing on this was absolutely amazing. He's going to get an Oscar nod for sure, at the very least, an Oscar nomination. So a lot of these breaks in this, I guess, caters to the theater kid audience, but the nerd in me is like, can we start to go to the next scene? But again, the theater folks that I was in the movie theater with, they were eating that stuff up. So that seems to be a personal thing on my part. Also, while I know with this film the objective is putting on screen a lot of the world building and the backstory and the quote unquote missing scenes that you didn't see in the musical on stage, it slowed down the film for me in part. So I think about at least, I want to say 20, maybe 20 is too much. Probably at least 15 minutes of this movie could have been cut out. It's a minor nit, um, but still, again, for me personally, again, because I'm not a theater person, I'm kind of like, just can we just hurry up with this? But again, totally minor complaint. If you want to know my scores for this film, my unbiased score would be an 8.5 out of 10. Between the acting, between the directing, between the set design, between the costuming, all of the parts fit together to cater to the audience that this film was meant for. And this film did exactly that. It catered to its audience. The end of the movie, Camera Girl was up and clapping and hollering when they started singing "Defying Gravity." Okay, as did several other theater kids in the audience. They loved it. Movie wrapped up. They were all clapping, happy, all of that. So outside looking in, and as someone who's raised a theater kid, this movie did exactly what it's supposed to do. So definitely an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely rewatchable. My biased review is a 7 out of 10 because again, I got problems again with villains being, with making us sympathetic toward villains. So that's uh that's an issue that I particularly do not care for. Oh, and one other minor nit. And actually, it's a kind not minor. It's major. I don't like the fact of Glinda being made into this vapid, self-absorbed, uh, self-absorbed young woman. Granted, she does kind of, you know, mellow out a little bit, but sometimes she's a little too extra. Then again, that's a theater kid thing. You have to be extra, so I can give grace to that. So should you see this movie? That's what you probably want to know. Like Lorena, should I waste my money seeing this movie? Um, how can I put this? If you are a theater kid, you love the theater, or you're a theater parent, or you love the movie or love the music, sorry, you love the musical Wicked, yeah, you should definitely see it. You are the intended audience, and it gives you what you guys want in spades. So you should definitely go and see it. If you're a fan of musicals in general, yeah, you should go see it. Absolutely. If you are not a fan of musicals, you may want to sit this one out because it is not made for you. Pure and simple. This movie is not made for normies. This movie is made for all the theater kids who wanted to be in theater or who are in theater and who want to be extra and sing the songs and relive the experience. Yeah, it's made for them. It's not made for you. So if the family wants to take you to go see Wicked and you are not a fan of musicals, you may want to gracefully bow out. I'm just saying. Let's see. If you're a sci-fi fan, this definitely ain't for you. Okay. It is not. It is not made for you. It'll be a total waste of your time, and you will just be nitpicking every single freaking thing. Just no, just no. So again, unless you really like musicals, you really like the stage play, a musical, you really like the musical, or you're a theater person, you should see the movie. And if you're on the fence about it, just wait till it comes out on streaming, honestly, or go during $5 night. Seriously, go during a matinee. But I will say, I have to hand it to Universal yet again. Here's a film they come out with where they know their audience and they head right for that sweet spot. And I'm not kidding. This movie, this movie is going to make more money than Barbie because theater kids are more fanatics than Barbie fans. And I'm saying this as a Barbie fan. Just saying. Now, there's two things that I kind of want to address, and that is with the actress Cynthia Erivo. I probably keep saying that wrong. I'm sorry, Cynthia. I'm really sorry. Now, I've seen some people complain, I'm putting quotes, complain, that the actress cast for Elphaba was black, and that's some kind of a DEI hire. No, 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 no. Wouldn't matter if the actress was white, black, Asian, native. Wouldn't matter. What matters is that Elphaba's skin is green. That is what matters when it comes to this film. That's what the thing is when it comes to the musical itself. Elphaba is an outcast because she does not have a skin tone found in nature. Okay, well, among humans. That's the whole thing. And the whole context of this musical, granted, again, I don't like feeling sympathy for villains. You have a person who feels like an outcast and is meant to feel like an outcast because of what she looks like. And that's a trope that's been used in film and a very, very interesting episode of The Twilight Zone. So, not much you can say about that. If you want to know if there's any quote unquote woke stuff in here or activist entertainment wise, very, very, very little. I mean, there's a LGB moment that's in it, a couple moments in it, but this is theater. Seriously, it's really it's not it's not super extra. It's just there. But is this something you're going to have to explain to your kids if they go see it? No, nah, not that deep. They're going to be too busy looking at all the bright costumes and singing for the most part. So that's going to wrap it up for my review of Wicked. It will be playing in theaters. Well, by the time this video shows up, it'll be Thursday and preview night proper to see Wicked. Let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to seeing this film? Have you seen it already? Let me know what's going on. Have you seen the film and the musical? Let me know which one you like better because, like I said, I fell asleep on the first part. So the only thing that I remember is a short dance scene in the beginning of the musical, falling asleep and then waking up with flying witches and singing, Defying Gravity. That's all I remember. All right, folks, so if you got some value out of this video, please do your girl a favor. Please do hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.